Ada Yonath, the crystal pioneer. In the world of science, some people change everything. Ada Yonath is one of these special people. She won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2009. She was the first woman from the Middle East to win a Nobel Prize in science. Her work helped us understand how life works inside our cells. She showed us the secret world of ribosomes, tiny parts of cells that make proteins. Ada's story begins in Jerusalem in 1939. She grew up in a poor family. Her father died when she was 11 years old. Her mother worked very hard to take care of Ada and her younger sister. Money was always a problem in their house. But Ada loved to learn. She was curious about everything around her. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories about scientists and inventors who changed the world. Early life and education. Ada Yonath was born on June 22, 1939, in Jerusalem. At that time, Jerusalem was part of Palestine under British control. Her parents came from Jewish families in Europe. Her father worked as a rabbi and grocery store owner. Her mother was a very strong woman who believed education was important. When Ada was young, she loved to climb tall buildings and trees. She wanted to see the world from high places. One day, she tried to measure the height of her family's house. She dropped a rope from the roof to the ground. But she was too small to reach the rope from inside the house. So she jumped from the roof and broke her arm. This shows how curious and brave Ada was, even as a child. Ada was always asking questions. She wanted to know how things worked. She collected stones and flowers and studied them carefully. She built small towers with blocks and books. She wanted to understand why some towers fell down and others stayed strong. Her mother often found Ada sitting on the floor, surrounded by papers covered with drawings and numbers. At school, Ada was different from other children. While other girls played with dolls, Ada preferred to solve math problems. She loved puzzles and brain teasers. Her teachers noticed that Ada had a special talent for understanding difficult concepts. She could see patterns that other students missed. Ada was also very determined. When she decided to learn something new, she worked until she understood it completely. She read books about famous scientists like Marie Curie and Albert Einstein. These stories inspired her to dream about becoming a scientist herself. After her father died, life became very difficult. Her mother had to work long hours to pay for food and rent. Sometimes they had no money for electricity. Ada and her sister studied by candlelight. Despite these problems, Ada was an excellent student. She loved mathematics and science. Ada finished high school when she was only 16 years old. She wanted to study chemistry at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. But her family had no money for university. Ada worked for 2 years to save money. She cleaned houses and worked in offices. Finally, she had enough money to start university in 1958. At university, Ada studied chemistry and biochemistry. She learned about atoms and molecules. She was especially interested in how these tiny particles work together to create life. Her teachers noticed that Ada was very talented. She asked difficult questions and worked harder than other students. In 1962, Ada finished her bachelor's degree. She continued studying for her master's degree. Then she began working on her PhD in X-ray crystallography. This is a special way to study the shape of molecules using X-rays. It was very new and difficult science at that time. The journey to ribosomes. After finishing her PhD in 1968, Ada wanted to study something very important. She chose to study ribosomes. Ribosomes are tiny parts inside every living cell. They read the instructions in our DNA and make proteins. Proteins are like the workers in our body. They do almost everything that keeps us alive. At that time, most scientists thought it was impossible to study ribosomes with X-ray crystallography. Ribosomes are very large and complex. They have thousands of atoms. Many scientists told Ada she was wasting her time. They said she would never succeed. But Ada did not listen to these negative voices. She believed in her dream. She knew that understanding ribosomes would help scientists create better medicines. She wanted to help sick people around the world. Ada started her research at the Weizmann Institute of Science in Israel. She worked with ribosomes from bacteria. These are simpler than human ribosomes. Even so, the work was extremely difficult. She had to grow perfect crystals of ribosomes. This took many years of careful experiments. In the 1980s, Ada made an important discovery. She found that ribosomes from certain bacteria that live in very hot places work better for her experiments. These bacteria live near underwater volcanoes, where the temperature is over 80 degrees Celsius. Their ribosomes are very stable and strong. This discovery was not easy to make. Ada had to travel to dangerous places to collect these special bacteria. She worked with marine biologists who studied life in the deep ocean. She learned about extreme environments where most life cannot survive. These bacteria were like tiny superheroes that could live in conditions that would kill other living things. Ada spent months learning how to work with these unusual bacteria. She had to create special equipment to keep them alive in her laboratory. She worked day and night, testing different methods and conditions. Many experiments failed, but each failure taught her something new. The work was also very expensive. Ada needed special machines and materials. She wrote many letters to ask for research money. Sometimes organizations said no to her requests. They thought her research was too risky or too difficult. But Ada kept trying until she found people who believed in her work. Ada traveled to many laboratories around the world. She worked with scientists in Germany, the United States, and other countries. She spent months away from her family. Sometimes her experiments failed after years of work, but she never gave up. Many people did not believe in Ada's work. Some scientists were rude to her because she was a woman. In the 1970s and 1980s, very few women worked as scientists. Some people thought women were not smart enough for science. Ada faced this discrimination every day. At scientific conferences, some male scientists ignored Ada when she tried to speak. They talked over her or dismissed her ideas without listening. When Ada published her research, some people questioned whether she had really done the work herself. They suggested that male colleagues had helped her too much. Ada also faced practical challenges as a working mother. She had a daughter named Hadjith, and balancing family life with demanding research was very difficult. Ada often worked late at night after her daughter went to sleep. She brought her daughter to the laboratory on weekends and school holidays. Despite these obstacles, Ada never let discrimination stop her. She focused on doing excellent science. She knew that her research results would speak louder than people's prejudices. She worked twice as hard as her male colleagues to prove herself. She published more papers and gave more presentations than most scientists. Ada also found support from other women in science. They formed a small but strong community that encouraged each other. They shared advice about dealing with discrimination and balancing work and family. These friendships helped Ada stay motivated during difficult times. Ada proved them wrong with her dedication and brilliant work, breakthrough, and recognition. After more than 20 years of hard work, Ada finally succeeded. In the 1990s, she and her team created the first clear pictures of ribosome structure. They used powerful X-ray machines and computers to see how thousands of atoms fit together inside ribosomes. These pictures showed exactly how ribosomes work. They revealed how ribosomes read genetic information and build proteins. This was like solving a puzzle with millions of pieces. Ada's discovery helped scientists understand one of the most important processes in life. Ada's work became very famous in the scientific world. Other scientists realized how important her discovery was. Her pictures of ribosomes appeared in scientific journals around the world. Young scientists started using her methods to study other important molecules. In 2000, Ada published her most important research results. She worked with scientists from other countries, including some who had competed with her for many years. This showed Ada's generous spirit. She cared more about advancing science than about personal fame. Ada's discovery had practical benefits too. Drug companies used her work to create better antibiotics. Antibiotics are medicines that fight bacterial infections. By understanding how ribosomes work, scientists could design drugs that stop harmful bacteria without hurting human cells. Ada also helped train many young scientists. She believed in sharing knowledge and encouraging new researchers. She was especially supportive of women who wanted careers in science. She told them to follow their dreams and not let anyone discourage them. Nobel Prize and later years. In 2009, Ada received the highest honor in science. She won the Nobel Prize in chemistry. She shared the prize with two other scientists who also studied ribosomes. The Nobel Committee praised Ada for revealing the structure and function of ribosomes. Ada was 70 years old when she won the Nobel Prize. She had worked for more than 40 years to achieve this goal. Her victory was especially meaningful because she was only the fourth woman to win the Nobel Prize in chemistry. She was also the first woman from Israel and the Middle East to win a Nobel Prize in science. At the Nobel Prize ceremony in Stockholm, Sweden, Ada gave a beautiful speech. She talked about the importance of curiosity in science. She said that scientists must be like children, always asking questions about the world around them. She encouraged young people to study science and help solve the world's problems. Ada used her Nobel Prize fame to promote science education. She visited schools and universities around the world. She told students about her research and encouraged them to pursue careers in science. She was especially passionate about encouraging girls to study mathematics and science. Ada also spoke about the importance of international cooperation in science. She worked with scientists from many different countries, including some that had political conflicts with Israel. She believed that science could bring people together and help create peace in the world. Even after winning the Nobel Prize, Ada continued her research. She studied other important molecules and trained new scientists. She published research papers and attended scientific conferences. She showed that winning the Nobel Prize was not the end of her career, but a new beginning. Ada became a role model for scientists around the world. She received many honors and awards from universities and scientific organizations. She was elected to important scientific academies in different countries. These honors recognized not only her scientific achievements, but also her contributions to promoting science education. Ada used her fame to support important causes. She spoke about the need for more funding for basic scientific research. She argued that society benefits when governments invest in science. She also promoted international scientific cooperation, especially between countries in the Middle East. In her later years, Ada became interested in fighting antibiotic resistance. This is a growing problem where bacteria become immune to medicines. Ada's knowledge of ribosome structure helped her understand how bacteria develop resistance. She worked with medical researchers to find new ways to fight dangerous infections. Ada also wrote books about her life and research. She wanted to share her experiences with young people who might be interested in science careers. Her books explain complex scientific concepts in simple language. They also tell personal stories about the challenges and rewards of being a scientist. At the age of 80, Ada was still going to her laboratory every day. She remained curious and enthusiastic about learning new things. She continued to mentor young scientists and encourage them to pursue their research dreams. Her energy and passion inspired everyone who worked with her. Conclusion. Ada Yonath's story teaches us many important lessons. She shows us that curiosity and determination can overcome any obstacle. She faced poverty, discrimination, and scientific challenges, but she never gave up on her dreams. Ada's work changed our understanding of life itself. Her discovery of ribosome structure helps doctors create better medicines today. Millions of people around the world benefit from antibiotics that were developed using her research. Her work continues to help scientists fight diseases and save lives. Ada also broke barriers for women in science. She proved that women can achieve the highest level of scientific success. She encouraged many young women to pursue careers in science and technology. Her example shows that gender should never limit anyone's dreams or ambitions. Ada's story reminds us that great discoveries take time and patience. She worked for more than 20 years before achieving her breakthrough. She faced many failures and setbacks along the way, but she learned from each mistake and kept moving forward. Today, Ada Yonath is considered one of the greatest scientists of our time. Her work continues to inspire new research and discoveries. She shows us that one person's curiosity and hard work can change the world for the better. Ada's message to young people is simple but powerful. Follow your curiosity, work hard, and never give up on your dreams. Science needs people who ask difficult questions and are not afraid to look for answers. With dedication and passion, anyone can make important discoveries that help humanity. Ada Yonath's legacy continues to grow. New generations of scientists use her methods to make important discoveries. Her work has opened doors to understanding other complex biological processes. Scientists around the world continue building on her research to develop better medicines and treatments. Her story also reminds us that science is a universal language that brings people together. Ada worked with researchers from many different countries and cultures. She showed that scientific collaboration can overcome political and cultural differences. Her example encourages international cooperation in solving global problems. For young people today, Ada's story offers hope and inspiration. She proves that with curiosity, hard work, and determination, anyone can make important contributions to human knowledge. Her journey from a poor girl in Jerusalem to a Nobel Prize winner shows that background and circumstances do not determine destiny. Remember to subscribe to our channel to learn about more amazing scientists and inventors who changed our world. These stories show us that ordinary people can do extraordinary things when they follow their passion and work hard to achieve their goals.